Today's the day I ran my first ultramarathon. Okay, so 21st of June, Hearts and Balls, Mighty Bob's longest day. That's why I'm running an ultramarathon. So Hearts and Balls is a charity that looks after rugby players who have suffered life-changing injuries as a result of rugby. So, amazing cause, close to my heart. And also, I turned 30 on Thursday, and as some of you may have seen through my Instagram, I've been running 30 kilometers every week for the 30 days that in the run up to that I turned 30. So I thought, why not do a big challenge? And then also, running's never really something I've done that much of. I've always played a lot of team sport, so I've done a lot of running as a result of that, but just running for its own sake, I've not really started doing that. Running for its own sake, I've not really started doing that really, apart from the past sort of 3 to 4 years. In that time, I've learned to really enjoy it. However, I've never done a single race. I have run up to half marathon distance. I've not run a marathon, and I've not run an ultra marathon. So I thought, why not tick both off, tie it in with my 30-30-30, and do it for charity. So there we go. That is why 4 days before I turn 30, I am running my first marathon and my first ultra marathon in one go. So let's go and take a look and see what I've got in my bag. So as this is oh, there's my bagel. Nice. As this is an unofficial marathon and then ultra marathon, there's no kind of aid stations along the way, so I'm doing this what's known as self-supported. So, in case of any injuries, we've got some hay fever tablets, some paracetamol, and some Nurofen. Spare GoPro battery so I can keep you guys in the loop, and of course, heart rate monitor. Now for the fun stuff. I have a CamelBak, which has itself hip and chest support straps, and I think they'll be hugely important. And what's really nice is the hip straps have zip pockets on them, so it's kind of like a bum bag. I've got sweets in this pocket, squashies, and then in the other pocket, and in the main body of the bag, we have gels. So I've got 2 normal gels without caffeine for every 1 gel with caffeine. And the caffeine gels are just to give me a bit of a boost when I'm starting to struggle. Now it's quite a damp day as well, so I shouldn't have too many problems with overheating, but I've got 2.5 litres of water mixed with electrolytes and a salt tablet as well, just in case I do get sweaty. So that's pretty much what's going to fuel me through the run. Works out as roughly 60 to 90 grams of carbs per hour, depending how much I can take in. And then approximately 500 millilitres to a litre of fluids per hour, depending how much I can take in. Oh, I've got my Capri Suns as well, so yeah. That's what's going to get me through the race. That's what's going to get me through the run. Longest distance I've ever run, over double the furthest distance I've ever run before. So yeah, I'm starting to get a bit nervous now, so I'm just going to have my coffee, have my bagel, wait for Dylan to arrive, and then we'll do a bit of a warm-up, a bit of a stretch, and then we'll get going. So yeah, I'll see you when Dylan arrives. Here he is, Mr. Bob himself. Say hi, Dylan.
Hi guys.
All right, we are a go. So we're going to start off walking, because we haven't actually done a proper warm-up, so this is going to be our warm-up. Basic tactics. In case you can't tell from my motor mouth, I'm quite nervous. Dylan has run a marathon before. Still nervous. But tactics are take it steady on the uphills, power walk if we need to. Try and average about 6 to 7 kilometers an hour for the first 20k, because that's when most of the hills are. There's one more steep hill after that, which we'll walk up because it has rained overnight. The rain's holding off for now. The skies look a bit threatening, so we'll see. But I'd rather this than like 20 odd degrees.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Change conditions for long distance.
Yeah, so we'll go nice and slow up the hills. We'll get our legs moving, take it steady in the first 20k, and then the last 30k is where we'll put the relative hammer down and try and average somewhere closer to 9 kilometers an hour. For both of us also, it's a bit of an exercise in zone 2, isn't it? Obviously I'm looking at this as this is basically what I'm going to have to do after cycling 180 kilometers, so I need to be disciplined
Mosh. We have just ticked over 5k, so we're officially coming out of Edinburgh now. About to go over the bypass. So the route that we're taking is quite a nice one. It's up into the Pentland Hills. We got to go through a lovely little place called Curry, but we're basically heading up there, or we're coming back down around those hills and over the top. So looking forward to it. Plan is to check in with you every 5k or so. For now, average pace is exactly, well, it's in fact a little bit ahead of where we want it to be, which is nice. And we work conservative in planning the route, and then yeah, everything feels good. A little bit of fiddling about with my laces to get them perfect, but there always is. I am good. Had my first gel, had some electrolytes, had a Capri Sun. Life is good. I will see you in a little bit. 10k, gel time. Things are good, moving well. I seem to be developing a small blister related situation on my right heel, but we planned ahead. We've got all the stuff we need to deal with that, so just going to K-tape it up before it becomes an issue. We're entering into the worst part of the route now, so it's about 9k of more or less constant uphill, so we're just going to do run walk to make sure that we don't burn ourselves out, make sure we can keep on top of hydration, keep on top of fueling, and then yeah, we'll see where we're at. But I know it's slow, but it's an ultramarathon and it's for charity, and it's about beating the other bobs. Okay, so you see behind me there, we are well and truly up the beaten path now. So we're on our approach to the section which is called the Boston Walk, which takes us straight across the spine of the Pentlands to a place called Carlops, which is, you know what I'll do? I'll put the map up on screen for you right now. So yeah, that's where we're going. We're going across the Carlops, then down to one of the reservoirs, which is super scenic, and then once we hit the reservoir, that's 30k. But this is the hardest section in terms of incline, so that's why I'm breathing like this. Dill, how you feeling?
Feeling alright, better than anticipation. Sweaty, definitely feeling the extra kegs from the camel path, but feeling good, feeling better than anticipated, so enjoying myself.
Nice. And as you can see, Dylan's far more stylish than me, with his hipster sunglasses.
It's opticians, check them out. Subtle plug.
Alright, so yeah, we are 11.5k in now, so approaching 25% done. I'll check back in with you guys in a little bit. Just gonna enjoy this scenery. Some squashies for Dylan. We are 15k in, on the Boston Walk at Buteland now. So this is the part that takes us straight across the Carlops, and it is beautiful. Just gonna come down here, and then a nice open route across some typical Scottish countryside. Feeling comfortable. K-tape on the blisters work nicely. Just keeping snacking away now. I'll have another gel shortly, but yeah, feeling good. Life is good. I hope your, well, Sunday, but when you watch this, it'll be a bit later. I hope your day is going well. There we go, check that out. Phew! And that is where we're going. I love Scotland. So here we are at 20k, 20.16 to be precise. Feeling good, feeling strong. Dylan's hips holding up really well. Just going through a bit of a tricky section here. Don't really know if you can pick it up on the camera, but the ground is quite narrow and it's a bit wet, so we're taking it steady, making sure that we don't roll an ankle or anything. Just coming up to the reservoir now. The name escapes me, but that indicates that we're almost at Carlops. We just got to get around to the other side of the reservoir, and then yeah, then we're at Carlops. This is uneven as. Lots of nice wildlife spotting so far as well. But yeah, there's your 20k update. Life is good. I will see you at the halfway point. Ta-ta! A wild Bob appears!
Hello, how are you?
Good mate, how are you? Where are you off to?
Home, West London.
How far you been? Oh sick, so we started at Gorgie, went out across Thrickmuir, across the Carlops, across the Pentlands, and we're heading back now.
3 hours, 20 minutes.
Fucking good on you, man. Well done, see you later,
man. 3, 2, 1, go.
Well, that was unexpected. That was kingy. I saw a flash of pink and I was like, ah, it's one of us, one of us, one of us. A little bit early by about 250 metres, but that's 25k, so half marathon ticked off, and this is now officially the longest run I have ever done. So I will be coming at you at 30k-ish, which is the car park for Flotterstone or Glencorse Reservoir. And then from there, we get some great scenery, and then up and across to Hartlaw Reservoir, which again is beautiful, and then back down the way we came out. So, in about 2 minutes time, we will officially be on the home straight. Bosh! Here we are, 30 kilometres in, coming up to Silverburn, which on the map is, and then we just ticked over 4 hours. So last 20k, probably looking at just over 2 hours. So hoping for a sub 6.5 finish. Looking forward to a refuel, that's for sure. Catch it a bit. 31.2k. Time for a socially distant refuel, sponsored by Lift Gyms Limited. Just approaching 37k.
So, on 37k right there.
There you go. I am officially 5.2k out from my first ever marathon. So I will, and yes, I'm starting to get sore now. Going back up this uphill section now. It's pretty tricky on the foot. Oh, that says it all. See you when I'm marathon. Marathon complete. Boom. Through 45k now. Both my little toes are in agony. I feel like there's 2 massive blisters there, and also in the arch of my right foot. It's been tipping it down for the past like probably 8-9k.
Probably more, probably 10k.
Say call it 10k. It's been absolutely pissing it down. I am soaked through and in a lot of pain, but my hydration strategy, I definitely got that wrong. I had a big slump, muscles, hamstrings, hip flexors wanted to cramp, adductors as well, from sort of like 30k, or probably 25k to 35k, but smashed a load of electrolytes in and feel better for it now. So we just run through to the finish. It's not fun, it hurts a lot, but we're gonna get it done. Catch you at the end. 50.01, 6:56.44. Save. Honestly, that was really good fun until my hydration went wrong between 30 and 40k, and I was just cramping like mad. And then when the rain and the hail hit at like 32k, that was just brutal. So yeah, fucking hell, I'm glad that's done. But 65,938 steps. Right, let's get home, shall we? Dylan, debrief, thoughts?
Sore, awful, never again. Nailed it though. I don't have much more than that. I think I've got a toenail which I might frame. It's definitely coming off with a sock.
I'll echo those thoughts. That was easily the hardest thing I've ever done. But now I have the massive mental advantage of my Ironman of saying at the end it is just a marathon. So yeah, peace out. Get back to you when the Mackies gets here.
Becky's done, showered. Oh my god.
I'm pretty tired now. My feet are disgusting as well. One of the blisters was so bad I had to cut all the skin off around it. There's just so much. And then yeah, the arch of my right foot. Then both second toes, both big toes, both little toes, and my right heel. Awful blisters. Awful blisters. So I'm going to recover, basically do what he's doing. Becky's was amazing. Yeah, have. I must have feel like it arrived. I must have feel like it would have arrived whilst I was out on the run, so probably going to have a couple of pizzas as well, and a very early night. There's a beer in the fridge, but I don't fancy it. I really don't fancy it. All for a good cause though. Morning. I am considerably more awake than the end of the video yesterday. Just going to do a little bit of a brief recap for you. So firstly, waking up, how do I feel? Muscularly, I don't feel too bad. My left Achilles and my right hip flexor are pretty tight, but no worse than when I ran my first half marathon. So I'm really pleased about that. It means I'm in good condition. Although I do definitely need to work on my hip flexors for the Ironman. Mentally, I'm tired. I am definitely tired, but I slept soundly and I feel pretty switched on, pretty alert this morning. Feet ruined, blisters are minging. I'm not going to show you, but if you've got a foot fetish and want to see my blisters, DM me. Only £10 a picture. So, 50 kilometers, over 4,000 calories burnt, 6:56. Splits were really good until that kind of like 37k mark. So between 25 and 35-ish k, I got my hydration strategy wrong. Both Dylan and I thought that we had run out of electrolytes in our camelbacks. But when we got to our refuel stop, we pulled our camelbacks out and we actually hadn't. So I'd only had 1 litre of water in about 30k of activity, or 31k of running, which obviously is far from optimal. Now my gels did have electrolytes in them, but from that stop, I was cramping like crazy because almost immediately after that, driving rain that was hail at points, and wind hit. So I just got really cold because my clothes were damp a bit already. So everything just wanted to start cramping in my lower body. But I smashed loads of electrolytes, and things started getting better again in terms of my muscle function. But just by that point, the blisters were so bad on my feet from wet socks that I couldn't run for more than sort of 200-300 meters at a time. And run is optimistic. It was more of a shuffle. Over 711 meters of elevation gain, and we came all the way back down as well. So 1.4 5k of elevation change throughout the run. A lot of it, a large chunk of it, was off-road as well. So overall, for my first ultra, my first marathon, and comfortably my longest ever run, I'm delighted. Like I said on the Instagram post, my first half marathon was in August 2019, as my only half marathon to date. And since then, the longest run I did in training was 12.5 kilometers on completely flat terrain in dry weather, which was last week. So yeah, just shows to run well and run far, you don't need to do tons of running. What you do need to have is a solid technique. You need to have a baseline level of strength so it won't go wrong. And you need to have a solid plan for your execution and fueling, and you need to actually execute that plan properly. I'm pretty confident that if I got the electrolytes correct and drank the full 2 litres that I'd planned to, then I probably would have been okay and come through potentially closer to 6.5 hours. But I'm really, really happy, and I've learned a lot from this. I'd just like to give a quick shout out to the Bovs, all the other Bovs that ran. So we covered over 800 kilometres. At this point, we've raised almost £4,500 for charity, which is incredible. If you do want to donate, I'll put the link in the bio on YouTube. If you're on Instagram, I'll tag the Bovs in the comments so you can go click through and go on their profile. Then I just give a quick shout out as well to Precision Hydration for providing the electrolytes on this run. Super, super useful. Even better if you actually drink them as planned. And then lastly to MyoMaster for their recovery boots, which I've had on last night. You've probably seen them on my Instagram story. Go check them out. They are an absolute lifesaver. So yeah, overall, really, really happy. Put a lot of confidence in me, a lot of miles in the legs, but I'm definitely not going to run until my blisters are healed. So back on the bike soon for me. Hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, if you're on YouTube, give it a like and subscribe to the channel. If you're watching it on Instagram, give the video a like, drop me a comment, and I will see you when I see you. Bye-bye.